Hey folks, well, we've been busy. We're moved back into the trailer, kinda sorta. It was cold this morning. It was only like 20 degrees. We had a freeze warning out, which is typical for this time of the year, of course. Water, I got the part for my drilling rig, but I'm not going to be able to drill until next spring. So that's on hold. And as you can see, I got a pile of dirt up here. And what I was going to do is bury a tank and hook into the existing line that was in the that went to the trailer. Alright, that was this one, of course. I showed that to you before. And I put 275 gallon fuel oil barrel. Now that's 5 foot deep. And was going to put that in there and hook that up, and I could back right up here because the driveway is going to be, you can see where my gravel's at. I'm going to have the driveway coming right up along here, and that's what I was going to do, is back up there and just drop right into the 275 gallon barrel. Well, two things happened. The line that comes into the trailer was broke. I didn't know it. We never had any pressure up here at all, hardly. Well, that was why, because it was broke when they put it in. It's been that way for quite a while. I don't know when the people that had the A-frame, I don't know why they didn't complain about the water consumption, but they didn't seem to care. Anyway, the 275 that I was going to use, I put it on the back end of the buggy, and this is the one I was going to bury. Well, it wasn't no good. This thing leaks like a sieve. Got took on these. I bought 3 barrels for $75, and I haven't found one that the valve doesn't leak on it, so they're pretty much no good for storing water. I mean, I can haul it, but I can't store it in there because they leak. I adapt it down, and then I put my pump on. I got 55 gallon barrels, 2 of them in the house. We'll go in there now, and I'll show you what I got for water. I gotta get my Harbor Freight panels hooked up down here. We just got moved in last night. It's been going pretty good. I mean, with field work and everything. Oh, I got my cook stove back together. I mean, the top didn't come out too bad with the vegetable oil and everything. The only thing is, it got so hot right there that it keeps burning it off right there on them burners. But that's par. I mean, but the rest of it don't look bad. We'll see how that holds up. This is our only heat source right now, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep this or if I'm gonna take it out or put another furnace in here. I used to have an outside boiler that I built. Oh, I don't know, if you go back in my other videos, I think I've done a video on my son's. We built that 2 years ago, and I think my furnace I built like 6 or 7 years ago, and they work. I mean, it's just a car radiator, where this bucket is right here, where I got the firewood. There used to be a car radiator sitting there, and then I pumped in from outside, and my hot water off the water, hot water, it was an open boiler is what it was, but anyway, the hot water come into the radiator, and then I had a fan behind it, a little box fan that I bloated in there, and had a box built up around it and everything. Like I say, most of the stuff my son's got in his house. The countertop, I'm going to have to do something a little different. That didn't work out. I don't have a planer. and I don't know anybody that's got one. Well, I do, but I won't ask them to use it. But anyway, don't mind the mess. I had water leaks in here. When I moved down to the A-frame, I just left everything go. I've got a water leak in here, right where the tub, it's the valve on the shower, but anyway, that's the only leak I got now. I had a bunch of them, but I gotta get the vanity in here and everything. But this is my water system. I've got two 55s, and then I got an RV pump hooked into it, and then that pumps into my, I don't know if you can see it over here or not. It comes in right there. There's my Harbor Freight panels, or charge controller. Like I say, I got to get that hooked up. I got my battery charger in here just in case I run the battery down before I get it hooked up. Hot water heater, that's going to be coming out when I get my other. So I'm going to mount a building on the side of the trailer, probably pretty close to where this window is, just down below it. And I'm going to mount my 275. I've got one good 275, and I'm going to build a platform for that. It's going to take some building because it's 2 ton of water that's going to be in that barrel, or that container, tote, whatever you want to call it. So I got to build something pretty stout to hold that. And then I'm just going to insulate it, and I'm going to tie it into the house. I'll cut a hole in the side of the trailer and bring my water in that way, and I can still keep it from freezing. So anyway, that's what's going on with that part of it. Like I say, I bought a fancy stove kit. They make them. There's a bunch of manufacturers on that, but the one I got, it's got a gasket on the door. It isn't like a regular barrel stove kit. I don't remember who manufactured it. I'll have to look on that and give you a heads up on that. But this works fine. It heats the trailer. Now, this is 14 by 70 with an 8 by 8 slide out on it. That's a pretty good sized trailer. And this stove will heat it. I mean, it got down to 20 last night, and I think it was 70 in here. During the day, it gets up in the 80s, and it takes a long time for it to cool down. I mean, but the only thing is all right, it's going now, and about every 4 hours, now look, I'll show you the firebox in it. That's the firebox. Now, that's not very big. That's 14 inches by, it's not very big. So, it's only like 14 inches across. It's not very, I mean, I can almost put my hand across it and stretch my hand across it, but it only holds a fire for about 4 hours. And getting up in the middle of the night, stoking it up, I'd like to have one that would keep a fire all night. So we're going to work on that and see what I'm going to do. I've got a lot of cleaning, straightening. I mean, this place is a mess. I mean, I've let it go way too long. All this stuff here I'm going to put up for sale. I'm going to try to get rid of the cabinets that I got here, the ones I'm not going to use. I just want to get rid of a bunch of stuff. I'm getting tired of it. I don't go down to just the bare necessities. And it's just been it's been hectic around here. Like I say, we got the beans out over at the farm. I got the field work done already, which you don't have to do much with beans. We had to put lime and potash and fly ash on. I got that all spread. And Wednesday, I think we're looking at starting the corn. So I'll be over there tomorrow, setting up the auger to the grain bin, and that'll be ready to go. So when the combine guy shows up, we'll have that. The solar, like I say, the Harbor Freight panels, I got to get them hooked up. I got to get these holes all covered up out here that are outside that I dug for the water. I want to bury that, and I got to clean that up, and it just, one thing after another, but I'm glad I didn't bury the tank. I would have been disappointed when I found out it didn't hold water. Well, it holds water, but the valve leaks on it. So anyway, the system's working that we've got. I mean, I've got good pressure. I mean, with this little RV pump, it's a SureFlow. Bought it off of eBay, and I don't know, it's like 28 pounds or 30 pounds of pressure. It does a good job, and we go through 100 gallons probably in a week in a 7-day period. Just getting by with what you got until I get my well. And like I say, when I get my well in, I'm still going to have the storage because I want to be able to pump my water out with a solar pump. And it's not a pressure pump. It just pumps the water up into a holding tank. And when it gets full, it shuts off. It's cheaper than a simple pump. They're about $1,000. The one I'm looking at is about $300. And it's a regular well pump, but it's only like a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch line that comes up. About like what I'm using right there on this one. And that's what I want to end up doing. Hopefully I get that done next year. Can't think of anything else that's going on different. It's just a mess. I got the septic tank in. That's all hooked up and working. Like I say, I got a lot of stuff I'm going to get rid of. And I'm working on the stove. I'm going to start building the stove. I don't know if I'm going to try to make it into a cook stove and put this one up for sale or just save this one. I don't know. I mean, this one works great. We've been using it for almost 5 years now. And that was a Craigslist find, by the way, $150. I couldn't believe it. And I mean, we put it in here. I had to clean it up a little bit and put it in here, and it's been working good ever since. The grates are getting to be a little bit stiff to work. I got to do some work on them, but other than that, the firebox is good. This doesn't have fire brick in it. It's got cast iron. I don't know what they are. They're kind of like a. I don't know if I got one of them over here or not. I took the one front one out. I don't know where it's at, but anyway, it's a casting that's on the sides of it. It's not fire brick. I don't know if you can see that or not, but on the side of it, the firebox, it looks like fire brick, but it's not. It's a casting. Them are all still good shape. Everything works on the stove. I mean, we had supper on it last night, and we done a roast. I done some noodles and deer meat that I'd canned. That was awesome. I like that stuff. That was that new stuff that I tried with the largemouth lids. Had Cajun seasoning in it, and this is the first year. I used to can it just straight deer, nothing, but now I kind of like it with a little bit of beef broth in it. And my grandkids they thought it was beef. They didn't even know it was deer. And it's got a good flavor. I mean, I can't complain. It's good. But anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do with this one yet. If I get my other one built, I don't know whether I'm going to put it over in this area someplace and put another chimney up. I've got enough chimney pipe. I've got the triple wall, and I bought it at a sale. I think I give $5 for it, and there's 3 sections. And it comes with the chimney piece that goes through the roof and everything. And I'm thinking about either putting it over in this area as a supplement heat to go with this. And that way we don't have to get up in the middle of the night and get this one going and get it warmed up in here in the mornings. I mean, like I say, it got down to 20 and it was 70 this morning when we got up. She put wood in it at about 2 o'clock. We went to bed about 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that. But I want to be able to hook up water to it. And this one here, I can't put coils in it. There ain't enough room, and the firebox is small anyway. If I put coils in it, it'll make the firebox even smaller. So when I get my barrel stove built, which I'm not going to use a 55-gallon barrel, I'm going to use an LP tank in place of it, and get that welded up and get it over here, and then I'll decide on what I'm going to do. But we're getting closer. It'll be almost like home. Got the window in over there. That's kind of roughed in for now. Like I say, we done that yesterday or the day before. It's just one thing after another. I keep busy. And then I went deer hunting. I wanted to see if I couldn't get another deer. So, gotta take a break once in a while. So, well, I'm gonna get to work. I got a ditch to fill in here. Later.